to welcome you to the very first session of NCrease Technology Training. My name is Wanda Jean Jones, and I'm going to be your facilitator for the next 6 sessions. And as we move along, we will discover what more we will do. So the idea is that the lessons will start off being online only, and then if there is an appetite for in-person instructor-led courses, we can take it to a facility where you will have access to computers and you will have access to a classroom environment. This is a very basic class today, and I'm sharing my screen, so you should be able to see just a PowerPoint screen that I had. Is there anyone on the call that could verify if you see this? Okay, great. I got a thumbs up. Okay, so today we're just really going to go over very basic. We're going to be talking about computer literacy. And computer literacy is super important as a foundation to even taking this technology training. I don't want to assume that everyone knows everything about what's happening with a computer. So today, I'm actually talking to you today from an actual computer. I'm going to switch my camera over a little bit so you can see what a computer looks like. This tower is a computer tower. And if you were to have this box without a monitor, which is usually what you have to have in order to see a picture, this is a PC or a personal computer. There are other types of computers that are out there. So some people will refer to their laptop as a computer. Okay, so this is a laptop, and you open it up like this. It has a monitor and it has keys. So this is a little bit different from a PC because a PC needs to have an external monitor plugged into the back of it, and you need to find some way to control it. So you have to add a mouse and possibly a keyboard that goes along with it. So there are all sorts of types. So here's a keyboard. This one is a wireless keyboard that has a USB that plugs in the back of the computer to, type in and control things. So the other type of sort of computer that you could have is a tablet. So this is a hybrid tablet, but it's a tablet nonetheless, where it kind of fits in your hand. It's about as big as a piece of paper, maybe an 8x10 piece of paper. And that is an Android tablet, but you may be familiar with an Apple device. So this is an iPad. So this is the iPad generation 3. And then there are even smaller iPads. This one's broken, thanks to my kids. There are even smaller iPads that are hand holdable. And you'll notice that they're a little bit different than a PC or a laptop because really the only thing you can plug into these are headphones. So you can plug in a headphone, and then there are things that you can plug in. They do sell accessories that would make this into more of a key. You can have keyboards with it if you sync a Bluetooth signal from these. So there are pluses and minuses of having PC versus laptop versus tablet, and then you can go even smaller and, of course, get to just a regular cell phone. And so I'm an Apple person. I love Apple other than my PC. So I really like my big giant PC because I get to build this myself. I built this computer myself, and I get to determine, the drives that belong in it. Also get to determine how much space I want to buy and put in my computer. So you do have some flexibility with those things, but with the phones and the tablets and even a hybrid, I wanted to show you why I call this a hybrid. This is a hybrid between a tablet and a computer. So it does have a full operating system on it, but this is also touchscreen, which some monitors are becoming touchscreen these days. But look what happens to this one. The keyboard can be removed, and then you can have this in a tablet mode. So you'll still be able to use this, as a tablet. The benefit is, of course, it's a mobile. You can carry this anywhere you want to take it, whereas big giant computer is not going very far. Don't ever take it out of my house. So those are some of the differences between when you say you have a computer. All of these devices have some sort of a computer inside of those. Depending on the type of computer that's inside or processing system that's inside these devices, it depends on the capabilities that you will have. So I use a PC because I need something that's very big and robust. Don't have to move it a lot, but for the work that I do and the processing that I do, I need this power in here. And sometimes on the go, you just need to send a text message or take a grocery list along with you. So you don't need to have the giant PC on your back when you're leaving. So those are the differences between computer, PC, laptop, phone, and even a hybrid computer that could be both computer and or turn into a tablet. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is, we're going to go back to the PC. So for this training, you're going to either need a PC, like what I'm using here, or you will need a laptop, and you could possibly get away with a hybrid. Some hybrids have an operating system that will allow you to download applications in order to really take advantage of the technology. So what is an application? An application is something like Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint. And we're going to be talking about those programs. We're going to be creating things in those programs. We'll also talk about some online programs and applications that you can connect to your system. And some of these are able to be used in an app format. So when you're on your phone or even on some of the tablets, you're thinking about apps. And then when you're on a PC or laptop, they're really more full-on applications. And you're usually able to do more in a program when it's on a PC or a laptop. So inside of this computer, I am going to minimize this particular screen, which is a PowerPoint. So I just took a PowerPoint and typed in "Welcome to NCrease Technology Training," and then I put it in slideshow mode down here, and that's what you have been looking at. But let's get to, I'm going to take you behind the scenes to my back end of my computer. And there's nothing crazy back here, so I already checked. If you can see my screen, you will see something that look like file folders. That's because this computer is organized in a file folder system. It's supposed to be WYSIWYG, which is an acronym for what you see is what you get. And the idea is if you were to click inside of one of these folders, when you double click, you're just double clicking on the right side of your mouse or the left side of your mouse. So double clicking, you're going to go 2 times on the left side of the mouse. And sometimes when we want to right click, we can just use the right side of our mouse and it will open up other menus that you might not see here. So this folder system is how your information will be arranged on your PC or in a folder structure. And this is pretty relevant to any sort of computer system that you have, even with your mobile devices. So I'm just going to push this arrow to go back up, and that takes me back to the computer folders. So computer folders help get this information organized. These folders, when you open the folders, what goes in the folders? Files go in the folder. So inside of a computer folder, you can have this file, which is a text document, but you can certainly hold an Excel spreadsheet, a Word document, a PowerPoint presentation, any videos that you have, audio, podcast, sound. This folder is going to be what holds any file that is able to be on the computer. So that is the structure. That's kind of the hierarchy that we're looking at when it comes to working on your computer, okay? So we're not going to go into setting up peripherals like setting up printers. I will just say that if you have a printer, like I do have behind me, I have an HP. This HP has Bluetooth. So that means I can just I download the app and I can just send that over to the HP and then it will print for me. But some people need to plug in the back of the printer to their computer. If that's something that you need to do, then send me a note. I'm going to be leaving information in the chat, admin@newcreationocg.com. I will record how you do that, but we're not going to go into depth on that today. But let's talk about storage. Storage on your PC, on your phone. You've been in a situation where you've had your phone and you just didn't have any more room. That's because there's only a certain amount of storage on these devices. And I kind of mentioned to you that I like this PC because I could build it with more storage, and when the storage fills up, I can take out that storage container and add a new storage that's empty. I'm not gonna run out for a long time. I have 4 terabytes, and we'll talk about that later. But you have to make sure you have enough room on your computer, and if you're purchasing a computer, make sure that you get enough space. You can tell whoever the sales rep is, you know, this is what I'm planning to do with this computer, and these are the types of files that I'm going to be putting on my computer. If you're just typing things in and writing papers, don't need a lot of space for that. But if you're doing like a full sound recording and you're, you know, dropping tracks, oh, you might need a bigger hard drive for that. So just keep that in mind. You can also have the opportunity to do portable storage devices. So there are portable hard drives that will connect to your PC, laptop, anything that has a storage connection, and you can have this extra amount of storage that goes with you. The only thing about that I'll caution is that those storage devices have a disk inside of them. They look like a CD or a DVD. If anything happens in that break, there goes all of your storage. So really be careful. I would not carry around a storage device if I didn't have a really nice protective case to put it in. And if you have a storage device that you move from one place to the next, you might want to think about backing it up. The other place that you can have your storage is on the cloud. So you get a free cloud with any Google account that you create. You can use OneNote or OneDrive, and those are typically free for you to use and get some extended space on your desktop. And sometimes I've seen people who max out their space on their Google account and then make another Google account and then another Google account. So it could get ridiculous, but you do get space every time you open up a Google account. We're going to look in my Google account behind the scenes at New Creations, and we'll see how much storage we get into those accounts. The other big thing to think about is viruses on your computer. Just really be careful about downloading free software and free, because guess what? It's not free all the time. Every once in a while, it could be free, but if you really don't trust the site, don't download it, because one file could cause, you know, I don't want to scare you, but one file could cause people to be able to see you and see your key actions, your keystrokes, and then some of them just put a malicious virus on your computer that start eating your files away, and you're thinking, why is my computer going so slow? What's going on? Well, you might have a virus. And this happens sometimes when kids are downloading games. So if you let your children, grandchildren, any children play and they download for free points, it makes them download things that would leave little traces of viruses on your site or on your computer. So if that ever happens, it really stinks. I can give you some suggestions on where I go for virus alleviation, but you can certainly go to a Geek Squad at Best Buy or some sort of a reputable computer place. They can wipe your computer, but unfortunately, sometimes they won't be able to save the data. So just be careful. I use a software called AVG Free, and it really is free. There is a minimal, you download the software and you have the opportunity to upgrade to paid, but I've never had to do that. So AVG Free is available. I'll just remind myself to put that below as a resource when we upload the recording of this video. By the way, this video is being recorded. Okay, so really quick, we've kind of talked about what a computer is. We see what the structure is from a software perspective and how files work on the computer. And now I'm going to go to, let's see, I do want to go to this. So this, if you have never seen this before, is Gmail. And when you have a Google account, you look over here at the 9-box grid, and you can see all of the apps that come with Google. It seems endless, but Gmail is a very popular app that people use and put their mail in here. So I do want to at least push this and show you how to create your very first email if you've never done that before. So you do have to log into the account first, and then you want to push the compose button to start your new email. So if I want to push admin at, you don't need to use all caps. So admin at NCreationOCG.com. So I'll send myself an email. And the subject for this one will be suggested training topics. And then you will move your mouse and left click and just say, you know, I would like to learn about, what would you like to learn about? How to do a mail merge? Good idea. How to do
How to improve
a
my
mail
reading.
merge.
That's a good subject.
Is that a mail, what is it? What do we want to do?
How to improve my reading.
How to improve your ratings?
Reading skills.
Oh, your reading skills. My reading skills. Okay, so these are some suggestions that we could send over, and then the only thing we have to do now is push the send button. And when the send button is pushed, you will get a notification that the message has been sent, and then you can actually view the message. You can search for that message and find that message to where you can see where you have sent these messages as well. So that's really a brief overview of email. If you have a webmail account, some people have like a Bell South, TWC, I've seen AOL, or you may have a specific webmail account through your website. You can go to that webmail address. The idea is that all of your messages are in a cloud, and so it makes it easy for you to search for those, and it doesn't add any extra space to your personal computer. So that's a benefit of having one of those. Okay, so those are the basic things that I wanted to go over with you on today, and we will go into the next lesson for the next session. I'm going to stop the recording now, and for those of you who are on the call, we will take your questions, and we will certainly take any suggestions that you have for future topics. We'll see you next time.